You can also become a medium, and some service works you can do with your mediumship, just as I teach. I believe we all have these senses in everything, and that we were born with them as well, and certain situations, as I mentioned before, trigger our abilities, and sometimes we awaken to them as well when we are meant to be of service with whichever ability, such as listening to our intuition or using a clairsense or healing energy or healing modalities and mediumship, etc. Sometimes our abilities are awakened when we are in survival mode. Which tragedies can awaken our senses, and when trying to survive any type of way, it will awaken the senses. It can be from abuse or a tragedy or living in danger in any way. It is like an automatic switch that enhances the senses. There is no limit to what age you can be. Many people in our field are at any age to become a medium. It can hit us at any age when we awaken to use our abilities. It is all in a matter of when they are needed and why they are needed. Some might be for house cleansing and will sense the history of the spirit or entities residing in a location that is not just limited to homes. It can also be in businesses. Some psychic mediums are for the medical field and will detect with guides what is internally going on and much more. That can be called medical intuition, but I am not sure yet if there is any medical professional that allows this. It might just be being used for self. Some mediums work on cold cases. That is where they help to locate a missing person's body and can help read into what happened to the person. But it is tricky in this area because they need solid evidence, and our local law officials cannot afford and spend money and resources on looking for just some hunch or a few signs. It must be solid evidence before they will spend money on resources for the search. And this medium must prove or be well known that has solved cases to be trusted to use resources in a cold case. As of the year 2024, there probably is not a chance to work with unknown mediums, since the economy is still declining for resources and such, but it won't always be this way. It will change again. I am naming a few that you could be, and the way to know the difference is, when you are speaking with spirit or guides, what is it pertaining to? What do your abilities seem to lead you to? Is it medical? Is it a cold case? Is it home clearing, etc.? You could be like many of us and do a little of each. But sometimes some are just for a specific purpose to do their mediumship service works. Some even paranormal investigate with their mediumship. I have done that too. It is fun. I can tell I can do a little of medical and the other ones mentioned as well. I think the way to know which mediumship service work we're meant to do is to pay attention to what type we mostly work on, or what we are being guided to do at the moment, which could be for the moment. So you could be one that is allow open and can do what's needed when needed. If you have the time and funds for it, sometimes that can lead us to what path we're to take, or you can be open to doing a few at a time. It depends on what you are guided to, and it can switch at any moment. So do remain open to what you are guided to do, and when to do, and how to do your mediumship services and abilities. Another way to use mediumship is to give a guided message by giving healing messages to clients who are seeking messages from their departed loved ones. Some mediums will read in the public when they get a strong message to, and when they're guided to, they will give the message then out in the public to that person they sense to give the message to. You can also do mediumship readings for a group reading. You can also practice readings in a practicing spirit reading circle online or in person if your town has one. I have a group specifically for this, which you can join and will be required to practice and train at if you have a Facebook account. Or what I mentioned before, we will discuss where else you can practice with me. One-on-one, this is where you will practice your mediumship readings, so I can also personally help you grow as well as you will be teaching me too. The win. I will make a specific lecture for this explaining this group in more detail. This is the next lesson, and I will explain as well as I will re-put the link to join if you feel this will help you evolve and enhance your mediumship. This is our new Facebook group to practice in with all my students who did join us here. We can invite our trusted friends to this one. Please use the code name LOVELY. Type LOVELY in the security membership questions I ask for when you join our group. Ensures our safety. https://www.facebook.com groups our mediumship group. This Facebook group of mine has some of my students and other students as well. Practicing with others helps us learn together. It also helps us by learning things that we didn't know by someone else who either experienced or heard about it, which can help with your experience. Sometimes we might encounter things that our client is going through, but we need a little extra and support from one another. to help us with our client's case. There are many important reasons to join these Facebook groups, so we can work and learn together. And so much more than this.